you know, it's the first one of the year, so everyone's on edge, right? But I'm here to say that we're not talking about the biggest snow we've ever seen, right?
No.
This is a good, steady snow that will bring some significant snowfall to areas, but I do think it's something we could handle, especially considering the fact that it's moving in on a Sunday. So we have a couple things working in our favor here. Let's also talk about the peak of the storm. So this is when the snowfall rates will be heaviest, 1 to 2 inches per hour. That's when travel is going to be most difficult. And that is expected overnight. That's something that's working in our favor because, of course, many of us are sleeping, not on the roads trying to get place to place. And so really in the overnight, 11 through about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning is when we're seeing the worst of this storm moving through. So that will work in our favor in regards to travel. However, that does mean that we'll likely see that snow quickly pile up overnight. Of course, we're working with nighttime hours, much colder air. That means that we are looking at some significant snowfall totals for areas of our region. So by no surprise, we have winter storm warnings for most of the area, even extending into Boston and really much of 95 and portions of 24. As you move southeastward, it's a winter weather advisory where slightly less is expected with more of that mixing expected. Cape Cod and the islands, you are outside of these advisories. You're going to see more in the way of rain mixing in, so much less in the way of snowfall. This is the storm, and it's pulling all of that moisture from the Gulf, extending with rainfall from Florida, snowfall up towards Chicago. So this is a big storm that's moving in. We're in the upper 20s to low 30s right now, and until that storm arrives, it's relatively quiet out there. We have some breaks in the cloud deck, so with sunrise just about 7:15, you'll see a little bit of color, but that sun will give way to a lot of clouds by mid to late morning here. So we're talking about more clouds than sun as we top out in the mid to upper 30s this afternoon. Now, with some of these thicker clouds and an east wind developing, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some ocean effect flurries in eastern Massachusetts. Don't be surprised by this. This is not the storm. These are ocean effect snow flurries that are moving in, and it's something you'll likely see between noon to about 5 o'clock this evening. By 7, we're seeing the actual storm moving in from the west, and this is going to be the first line approaching from the west. As we move toward about 9, that should move toward the coastline into Boston, and really after 9 is when conditions take a turn here. By midnight, we're in the peak of the storm. Heavy snowfall, but also strong wind for southeastern Massachusetts, where there's some rain mixing in. As we move toward 4 a.m., still in the peak of the storm, heavy snowfall in place. Beyond 4, we're looking at a widespread storm here, mainly snowfall, but this is going to be light to moderate snow, folks. So falling down at a clip that's a little easier to manage. That will be the nature of the storm into the afternoon. Early afternoon, still some snowfall around, pretty steady, but by mid-afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, you can see things are tapering off here, so we will dry out by tomorrow night. It's a wetter snowfall as you move toward the coastline and into southeastern Massachusetts, where we're talking about heavier totals. It's a fluffier snowfall. So this 9 to 12 inch mark is a fluffy type of snowfall. Let's take you focused in here. Lowell, Lawrence, you are included in the 9 to 12 inch mark, extending up toward Manchester. Much of Route 2 travel as you go west of 495 and through much of Worcester County. Metro West 6 to 9 inches, 3 to 6 inches as you move inside of 128. Immediate coastline of Boston, you're 1 to 3. That includes Winthrop, and as you move down toward Quincy, right along the immediate coastline of Plymouth County, 1 to 3 inches extending down toward Cape Cod, 3 to 6 inches as you move inland, and then a little more as you move just west of 24. 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts expected into Boston, a little stronger down toward Cape Cod and the island. So it is going to be a gusty day for us as we travel through the next 24 hours. Also watch out. There's going to be much colder air working in tomorrow afternoon. That means in addition to snowy travel, we're also looking for slick travel, and that will continue into Monday morning. Jennifer Rondella.